A new exhibition here in Istanbul is bringing an old Ottoman tradition back to life. It's showing off a series of miniature paintings that had almost completely been forgotten. Elif Bereketli went to find out more.
Some of these Ottoman miniature paintings are simple, others are richly decorated. Their colors and perspectives vary a great deal, but they all depict the same tale, Prophet Muhammad's night journey.
The night journey, also known as the Isra and Miraj, is considered one of the most important events on the Islamic calendar. During this miraculous night, the Prophet Muhammad traveled from Mecca to Jerusalem. Then he ascended to the skies. There he went through several layers, the oceans, the heavens, hell. In Sufi thought, this is interpreted as the layers of human desire and ego.
It's widely believed that depictions of the Prophet are forbidden in Islam. But this exhibition at the Turkish and Islamic Arts Museum in Istanbul tells a different story. Muslim artists painted most of these images centuries ago. They showed the Prophet in different forms. Some artists put him in Bedouin attire, others dressed him in Ottoman clothing.
Most of these miniatures show the Prophet Muhammad in the skies. The artists especially preferred to paint him in the skies, but not on his way to Jerusalem or in Jerusalem. He's mostly surrounded by angels or on the Burak horse. You see different perspectives, and most of them are full of figures that represent different things.
One might think that these paintings are easy to understand due to their two-dimensional landscapes and simple figures. However, it's far from the case. These are actually quite symbolic illustrations. For example, these figures here, which you might think are angels, actually represent the planets. And this particular one over here, for example, would be Mars. These paintings were borrowed from all around the world. They come from places like the Chester Beatty Library in Dublin, the British Library, Louvre Museum, and New York Public Library. 70 prints are showcased, yet none of them are signed by the artists.
Signing artworks is a modern phenomenon. Evaluating artworks through their signatures is also a modern practice. These artworks were created in workshops where many miniature artists worked all together on one project. That's why we seldom know the names. These were collective works, and they were created in a unique fashion and mentality that are very characteristic of miniatures.
These illustrations may look simple, but it was not an easy process bringing them into being. First, the paper was straightened with a heavy press. Then it was covered with red leaves. Next came a mixture of egg whites, starch, gum and chemical compounds. The finished paper had a luminous look and it was creamy in color. After the text and tables were completed, the paper was handed to the miniaturists to be painted. For centuries, Ottoman miniatures were used to portray the important events of the day, such as conquests or feasts. They were painted only for the Sultan and his court. Today, the tradition has died out.
Every artistic style, every art form, is meaningful in its own period. As an art historian, I don't even think about whether it has died out or not. I don't even find that perspective interesting. What is more interesting for me is what I can see in these illustrations, what stories these paintings tell the viewer.
Visitors might think these paintings tell only one story, but this exhibit shows they explain volumes, from miracles and human desires to work at an artist's studio and life at the Sultan's palace. Elif Bereketli, TRT World, Istanbul.